Well, hello there guys, and welcome to my kitchen. So I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I recently made some pulled pork barbecue sandwiches, and I have a shorts video on just how I cook my pork, and I have another video on how I make my delicious homemade barbecue sauce. Well, I have some leftover pork barbecue. And one of my favorite things to do is to use up leftovers, but to use them in a new and creative way. So if you're interested to see what I'll be cooking using this leftover pork barbecue, then stay with me today because, yeah, it is time to get cooking. All right, so I was a caterer for several years, and a couple of my most popular, most requested dishes were for, ironically, pulled pork and mac and cheese. So what I thought I would do today is combine those two together and make a pulled pork mac and cheese. Now I've made more mac and cheese than I can even count. And I would typically take butter and flour to make a roux, add milk to have a creamy bechamel sauce, add my cheese to that and cooked macaroni, bake it in the oven. And that's how I would make my mac and cheese. But today I'm going to keep it a little bit simpler. I'm going to make a one skillet mac and cheese, and it's so delicious and it's so much easier. Now I already have a video on just how I make my one skillet mac and cheese, so you can check that out. I'll give you the link to that. I've switched it up a little bit. I'm using some different cheeses today, but it's basically the same. I'm playing around in this kitchen, so I thought you guys might enjoy just coming along with me. So yeah, let me show you just how I'm going to make this pulled pork mac and cheese. So to my large cast iron skillet, I'm going to add 3 cups of water and 1/2 cup of heavy cream. And I'm going to bring this up to a boil. All right, I'm going to add a couple pinches of salt. And I like to add some black pepper to my mac and cheese. So once it comes up to a boil, I'm going to add 2 cups of macaroni. And I'm going to let this cook until the macaroni absorbs the liquid. All right, guys, so let's talk cheese while my macaroni is cooking. And I think I've used almost every cheese known to man when I make my mac and cheese. Sometimes I will just raid the refrigerator, pull out all the cheese I have, and just start dumping it in the sauce. It's really a great way to use up your extra cheese. The cheese I'm going to be using today, though, I'm using some cubed velveeta. Now, I know that this is highly debatable. Some people do not like to use processed cheese, and that's fine. You do not have to. I like it. I think it gives a nice creaminess to the mac and cheese. Then I have grated 1 cup of a mild cheddar cheese from a block of cheddar cheese. I grated it. And I have 2 cups of a shredded Colby Jack. And that's the cheese that I'll be using today. So my macaroni is done, and what I'm going to do is add 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'm turning the heat down on a low heat. And then I'm going to add my cubed velveeta. And this is around 1/2 cup. And then I'm going to gradually add this Colby Jack. And if it starts to look a little bit dry, which I feel like mine is looking a little dry, I'm going to add just a little bit more heavy cream. I'm going to add a little bit of water too. All right, and then I'm going to add this shredded mild cheddar. And this is the cheese that I grated myself. All right, so once all your cheese is melted, and I'm going to top it with some of this pulled pork. Then I have a little extra of this shredded Colby Jack I'm going to sprinkle over top. And now I'm drizzling some of my homemade barbecue sauce right over top. All right, then I'm going to pop this in a 400-degree oven for maybe just 10 minutes, just until that cheese on top melts. Oh my goodness. This pulled pork mac and cheese is looking mighty tasty. I'm just saying. You guys have got to check this out. What are you thinking, Bella? You think that pulled pork mac and cheese smells good to you? So Bella has woken up from her nap and has ventured in here into the kitchen when I pulled this pulled pork and mac and cheese out of the oven. She thinks she's going to get some, but she's not. Delicious. This might be my new favorite way to eat pulled pork barbecue. All right, well, I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing how I used up some of my leftover pork barbecue. And if you would be interested to see more videos like this, then let me know. Leave me a comment below. But thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and I will see you soon with more delicious recipes.